Big mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, let us share this video. Bobrisky. How many times did I call you? Share the video, invite friends. I want to tell you this evening about the meaning of gayism, the difference between gayism and gay people. Gayism and gay people. Ladies and gentlemen, share. If you don't advise some people, they will not understand. Only the agent of Satan will not like to hear a sound warning. I want to invite friends, ladies and gentlemen. We are not on weekend. It's just a kind of a normal day. And so I wanted to invite friends. I hope people will join us online. Bobrisky, I came out this evening. I'm out this evening to inform you, Bobrisky, that you are treading on a spiritual, dangerous path. First of all, I want you to understand one thing in Nigeria. God does not hate gay people. God does not hate gay people. That's one thing I want you to know, to see. God does not hate fornicators people, the people. God does not even hate anybody, because the Bible said, for God so loved the world. The Bible didn't say for God so loved the Christians. The Bible said, for God so loved the world. So God loved the whole world. He loved every human being in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is this. Fornication is a sin. God hates sin. Lesbianism is a sin. God hates sin. God hates sin, but God loves lesbian people. God loves lesbian people. God loves you, Bobrisky. Listen carefully to me. White people get sickness. Oh, the white people, they have some spiritual, some mentality, or some mental sickness, or some demonic sickness, just like black people also have it. We have mad men. There are mad people in Nigeria that do all kinds of things. They are mad because of the society, because society doesn't welcome them. Sometimes they beat them and they become traumatized, and then they fall into the category of deranged people, mentally disbalanced people. And the next thing you see, they are in the psychiatric home. But in the West, it is not like that. In the West, it is not like that. People who are mentally deranged in the area of sexual feeling. There are some people who have feeling to have sex with dogs. They are mentally deranged. They are mentally disbalanced in those areas. In the West, it is accepted because they believe that God is the one that judges. It is true that God is the one that judges. But ladies and gentlemen, the truth of the matter is this. God loves gay people, but God hates gayism. Gay people can repent and change and go through deliverance. And the next thing you will see, they can make heaven. But the area I want to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, is the area of transsexual, transgender. Any human being who apply any medication on his body because he is sick or because he doesn't like what is going through in his body, or the way his body is functioning, that person, so far, it doesn't add to the gender, it doesn't add to the sex that God has created on him. So that person basically cannot be judged, and God does not hate such people, and such people have not committed sin. But ladies and gentlemen, I saw Bobrisky, and I saw the shape of his body, the way it has become. A complete sexy female body. Complete sexy female body. So my warning is going to those this evening that watches Bobrisky too much, that always watches him with their eyes open. They are just watching Bobrisky. I'm going to tell you the danger about that. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobrisky, listen carefully to me. The fact that you decide on your own to change yourself through the evil material of this world, the way you have medication that helps human body to function very well, the same way you have medication that is evil medication that turns human body to something else other than that which God has created it to be. The way you have transformed your body from what God created you to be. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobrisky, listen carefully to me in this area. It is a typical sin, and it is a sin unto death. There is a sin that is unto death. There is a sin that is not unto death. A sin that is unto death is those kind of sins. Look at the way your back is. You have not just that alone. You are now advertising it to the upcoming Nigerians. And there are so many youths out there that can just copy you and start behaving like you and start turning their body into something else. And so this was, I was prompted this evening to speak about this. Bobrisky, do you have a family? Are you sure you are from Nigeria? I don't think you are from Nigeria, because Nigerians, we know Nigeria to be a decent nation, a decent country, a country whereby a country with good moral. Now, I'm not saying that maybe your family, I don't want to categorize your family as immoral people or people that are not or wayward people. I don't want to take it to your people. But what I want to say is this. I believe you are completely derailed with the way I saw the way your body, you have transformed your body. I don't think you even have male organ anymore. You have cut it off. You have cut it off, Bobrisky. And the basic truth of the matter is this. You are advertising transgender, or what do they call it? You are advertising it to the rest Nigerians. And the Nigerians that are hypocrite, that watches the rich and watches worship the rich or worship the famous. Can't you see? They said, oh, they beat gay. When you catch a poor gay, you beat them up. You nearly want to burn them with fire. The government want to sue them. But Bobrisky is living in Nigeria and nothing is being done to him. Well, the truth of the matter is very simple. I'm not saying they should arrest him, but the simple fact is this. If you love somebody, you should help the person. What I see about you, Bobrisky, is that you would have backed off if not for the applause that you had when you started this thing. A lot of gay people around the world, in the West, sent you money, bought you a fine car, promoted you. And when the Nigerians saw that you have been promoted by the West, the next thing they did, all these people who doesn't know God in Nigeria, what do they call these celebrities? They take you in within them to become one of them, and you became one of them. But the truth of the matter is this, Bobrisky. Other people are using talents. Every celebrity that you see, every celebrity that you see, they are all using talents to make wave. But the truth is this, Bobrisky. You are actually trading with Satan himself. You are trading with Satan himself to make fame. The actual fact is this. Do you know that body you are possessing right now? That body one day, that body, everything you put on that body will be rotting one day in the grave. And there is one thing you use to deceive yourself, Bobrisky. You use one word, it is my life. Let me live it the way I want it. It is my life. Let me live it the way I want it. Ladies and gentlemen, and you, Bobrisky, that is if you are watching right now, I know the video will definitely come to you. I want you to get something clear, Bobrisky, and everybody that listening to me. No human being has his own life. We are all entrusted with life. And we are all going to give account of how we use that life that was entrusted to us. Your life that you are living on earth was borrowed to you by God. And so if your life was not given to you by your mother, it was not a coincidence, and it was the plan of God from the beginning. You didn't generate sperm from animal. The sperm was generated from a man that God created, that God entrusted that sperm in his body with. Whether that sperm was sipped into your body, your mother's womb, through planting or through sexual intercourse, the life was entrusted to you by God, because that sperm was not created by you, Bobrisky. It was created by God. And so the basic fact of the matter is this. For a human being, you, Bobrisky, you were not afraid. Carry your body, a male body, turn it to become a woman. With Satan in hell, because definitely Satan has his own people on earth today. Satan have his own people on earth, and demons in hell are just ravaging and moving all around on earth. And so Satan movement is completely, and it's at large, it's on earth today. And so when you give yourself over to it, it will use you fully. What I'm saying is not very popular, especially in the West. I don't hate any gay person. I don't hate any gay. I love every gay people, but I hate gayism. I hate gayism because God hates gayism. God loves gay people because we have to love every human being, but God hates gayism. And so you, Bobrisky, that is not arrested, because we have to respect the law of every nation. That's what God said, that you should obey the law of the nation. And you Nigerians that are just looking and watching Bobrisky all the time, is not arrested. All this thing he's doing is not considered. That guy, you Bobrisky, you are supposed to be tied up and taken to the psychiatric home so that you can be treated and can't get back to your senses. You were supposed to be brainwashed. Your brain is supposed to be washed out of the demons, supposed to be washed out of your brain. You didn't do that. And before I come back to you again, but please let me quickly address Nigerians and the rest of the world that are applauding you, The truth of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen. The Bible said, the gate of the soul is the eyes. Your eyes is the gate into your spirit. The moment you set your eyes forth in the social media and you start flipping the photograph of Bobrisky Your spirit is capturing and magnetizing it. Your spirit is capturing it like a photograph. Be very, very careful. Be warned, Nigerians. Because the more you looked at somebody like Bobrisky, and that image of Bobrisky that you are sighting with your eye continuously, that is why they say gay, that is why people say that pornography watching is not good. But these are just seeing ordinary something. But the more you continue to picture the photograph of somebody like Bobrisky, and with the mindset that he's a man, it will go into your spirit, your sperm, or if you are a lady, your egg will capture it. And before you know it, the more you see it, the more it is developed within your spirit, within your sperm or your egg. And the more the next thing you see, God forbid, what I want to say, when you give birth to a child, you see the child will have the symptom of gayism or transgender. I have to inform you, Nigerians, that you should be very careful the way you looked at somebody like Bobrisky. It is very dangerous. Your eyes is the gate to your soul. And your soul has something to do with your spirit and your sperm, or if you're a lady, with your egg. And so the moment you continue to watch somebody like that, the next you see, Satan will take advantage of it. And the next you see, the seed, the egg, or the sperm of the man will now be infected with that spirit of gayism or transgender. And when they give birth to the child, they'll start see different kind of feeling will be coming to the child, not knowing it is the effect of what the mother or the father was always watching when he or she was pregnant, or all his lifetime was always watching that image. I give you an example. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is this: what anybody, like in the Bible, basically, when Jacob was about to leave Laban, the Bible said God instructed, it's like Jacob saw a kind of vision, and he went and designed a certain kind of design. And whenever the female and the male want to mate, the animals he was taking care of those days, he will make them to be watching that very image. So when they gave birth to the striped, those kind of striped, was the body, exactly the same body of the children they gave birth to. My point is this: your eyes, what you see is very important. Do not watch Bobrisky anymore. He's not a star to start with. He only got people's attention by all this evil sin that he's committing, by turning himself from male to female. And what he's doing most now, he will sit in the toilet. These are all rubbish, and all this have spiritual meaning. Nigerians should be very careful and watch out for someone like Bobrisky. And let me tell you a good example, if you don't want to believe what I'm saying. Don't you see, the more time goes on, the more you see the atrocity, the more you see gayism, the more you see lesbians and all these things. It is because most of the parents, they were watching, they were always seeing or always around gay people, always watching maybe gay movie, and they see it as a normal thing. That is why you see gay is so rampant now. The first time it came, when maybe about 50 years ago, gayism was not so rampant. Maybe you can count them in the whole world. You can count them. Maybe they were not more than 4. But the more time goes on, because eyes were seeing them, the more the eyes see them, the more they multiply, because the image goes to the soul of the people, and it mixes with the sperm, and they give birth to a child that have the feeling of gayism or transgender. So my point is this: be very careful the way you watch all those kinds of people. And as for you, listen, Michael Jackson didn't change himself in that area. But don't you see that the more Michael Jackson, even though he was not used that way, the more he was used by all those dancing and all those kind of things. But don't you see the way his body became? His body was basically rotting away before he died. And so these things have spiritual meaning. Satan does not know how to do something good. Bobrisky, Satan does not know how to do something good. This your body that you just see looks beautiful. It's abominable. That body that you just see that looks beautiful, it's not beautiful. Because definitely you will see one day when you are getting old, you see the way the body will turn to. I was hearing the other day, somebody was telling me some story of a lady, a girl, a Nigerian person that just changed the body completely, cut off the breast, cut off the female organ, and became the male organ became a female. Now, even though say this world, the way the level of this world they go, people know they use their own sense to think. You change yourself from the image and the sex where God make you may you be. The next thing, you expect yourself, and before something happens, you say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, the basic truth and the basic fact is this. All these things have spiritual meaning. All these things have spiritual meaning. Bobrisky, I am sounding a spiritual warning to you. For your own good, go back to the hospital. May they turn you back to man again. Me, King David, now you talk. Go back to the hospital so they can turn you to man again. Somebody was saying something. Let me scroll it again. Somebody was saying, he said, look at this. He said, do you want, oh, no, it's cheap. He said, he called it cheap popularity. Cheap popularity. I ignore you. I ignore you. I want you to understand this warning, Nigerians. Understand this warning. Who you face, who you turn your face. If you continue to see ugly people around you, if you're around ugly people, continuously you are always seeing them, no beautiful people. Let me tell you, the truth of the matter is that if you're born, your child go ugly. There's no two ways about it. If you continue to face beautiful people, fine people all the time, see, when you give birth to a child, the child will be fine. Be very careful. Do not watch those photographs of Bobrisky again. I saw it once and I quickly threw my eyes away. Because your eyes is like photograph that magnets. It goes to the spirit. Be very careful of that person called Bobrisky. I don't hate you as a person, but I'm saying you're changing yourself, your sex, your gender, but by you're changing it at all. Proves that there is nothing you cannot do. The basic truth is this. I don't think you are from a responsible home. Because there's no responsible person that will watch his own child go this far. All in this quest of money. Because of money. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to forward the video. I want you to share it. Share the video. I don't have much of friends right now. Still trying to send message to forward, add friends so that I have enough friends, and so we can be having a lot of audience in this very medium. The fact is this: please share the video and invite some of your friends to come and be my friends. God bless you. I love you all. I just decided to sound this Maybe they have not been telling him because people love to applaud something that is bad. I just saw his photograph in the other day in Instagram, and so he was sitting on the toilet and looking at his back. They have turned him to a woman. Basically, no human being on earth have the right to do that. So these people are walking completely against the plans and the purpose of God. So that is why I decide to take it up to you. I don't have his number. And if I have somebody like that number, if you call him and listen to you for about 2 minutes, the next thing we just tell you, I'm not interested in what you want to say. Why? Because his mind is arrested already concerning the issue. So I can't imagine a Nigerian person just turn himself the way Bobrisky turned himself. I am calling you Bobrisky. 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 How many times did I call you? Go back to the hospital. Life have no duplicate. There is only once you will live in this world. You will not come back and live the life again. Go back to the hospital. May they change you back to man where you be. Whether you be man, yeah, you're supposed to be man before. Where you don't change yourself to become woman. So, Bobrisky, go back to the hospital. If it's because of money you were doing all these things, you can still repent. You have some money now. You are well known now. Go back to the hospital so they can change you back to the way God created you to be. You hear what I'm saying to you? And to you hypocrite Nigerians, stop killing gay people. Stop it. Because Bobrisky cannot say it to anybody that is not gay. Nobody he can say it to. He is openly saying it, that he sees his menstruation and he's thinking he's pregnant. That is his man that is having sex with him like a woman in the ass. And so basically the truth of the matter is that Bobrisky is a complete gay. I'm sorry to use this word as a man of God. That they fuck your nyash, Bobrisky. That they fuck your nyash. Well, I'm not against you. I don't hate you. But I'm saying to you, I say sin. But in the other side, Bobrisky, your body where you change, now be the mating. I don't hate gay people. I love gay people. I only hate gayism because God hates gayism. Don't hate me, oh, I love you. That's why I'm trying to sign a warning to you that it's a sin for you to turn your body the way you have turned your body now. That way you have turned your body. That way you have transformed your body like a woman, like a girl, like a very sexy girl. Bobrisky is a sin, oh, it's a sin. One day, that body, it go old. One day, you go give account of the way you live inside that body, because that life not be your life. And all people that are, I repeat it again, people that are saying, always sounding, oh, it's my life, let me live it the way you want. Let me bust your bubble. You have no life. You cannot even give a life to ants. You have no life. Life was entrusted to every human being that came into this world by God. And you are going to give account for the way you lived that life on earth. If you were the owner of life, if human beings were the owner of their own life, there will be no way they have to go for judgment before God for the way they live their life. No, you are going to stand before God in judgment because of the life that He has given you. So that life was, because that life was not yours, it was entrusted to your care. That's why when people commit suicide, they can't make heaven, because there is no time for them to repent, because they killed the life. Nobody can say he wants to commit suicide because that life belongs to him, then he's going to commit suicide. If you try that, and within 1 second of the death, you will just realize, you just see the truth that, oh, you were never the owner of your life. Your life was owned by someone, and his name is God. Bobrisky, I sound a warning to you again. Please share this video. Bobrisky, go back to the hospital for them to change your body back again.